Say we going live, live, all the way live. God bless y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Another day, another dollar. If you don't hear from the Lord, I recommend that you holler. Bars. What's up, y'all? Y'all, I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Hope you all had a beautiful week. Hope you all are ready for this fabulous week that we are having.
Hey, take a look, take a look. Hey, take a look, take a look.
I want you to go ahead and claim it, say it out loud. This is going to be a beautiful week for me. Repeat after me. This is going to be
Hey,
a
take a
beautiful
look.
week for me. And I am ready for all that God has in store for me. All right? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You have to plant that seed and let it be known that you are ready. You are ready. You are ready. And you know that God is with you and in your corner. So, with that being said, word of the day, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. John 10:14. John 10:14. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. Oh, that's loud. Man. All right. So let's get ready to jump into the market. If there is
Hey,
something
take a look.
that you are looking
Hey,
at,
take a
let me
look.
know. And we already hearing from the system, the indicators telling us to take a look already at something. So I think that we should try it. What's going on,
Hey,
Sandra?
take a look.
Let's see. Let's see. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news for today. But before I do that, I do need to go ahead and say a couple of things. Wednesday, y'all can check us out. Launchpad, we jump on. If you have any questions about trading or want to see what we're doing, you can jump on and do that. Right? Talk about the system, talk about your system, talk about your strategy. But you rolling with Coach Chop. Sunshine is in the building with me, my wife. This is presented by Allbar Elite. Okay. You can catch us here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central. Okay. This is what we do. And we do this for you. Oh, was that bars? I wasn't even trying to. Bars, right? So y'all like, share, subscribe, share this with somebody. Let them know that we are here. You can go to allbarelite.com, scroll down to the bottom. All of our social media handles are there. And you can follow us free on Facebook. Our disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. Past profit is not guaranteed future results. This company does not guarantee profitability on any trading decision that you make. You're totally responsible for what you do, right? Trading is risky, so know that. But if you would like to know, how to do what we do and how we win, how we're so consistent, then we would like for you to go to allbarelite.com and click on this link right here and register for our trading course. Got me? All right. Allbar Elite, easy 80 trading course, and we can show you how we do it. That being said, let's go ahead and jump over here and check out this news. And there we go. Well, lemons and limons, wouldn't y'all say? Limons. Got some orange photo news for USD at 4 p.m., 7:15. Those are the two times that USD will be having orange photo news. In other news, 52 minutes orange photo news for USD. Bringing it back at 9:30 with more orange photos. And 4 hours again, gonna be some orange photo news. And then at 8 hours, orange photo news. JPY is gonna have some orange photo in 10 hours. And you can look for orange photo news for NZD and some red photo news for China in 12 hours, right? And then closing it out, AUD is going to bring it back with some red photo news in 12 hours again, all right? So that is about it for the news. God bless you. So that's how we're doing it. That's where we at. God bless again. Take a look and see what happened. Backing up on all the blessings over there. God bless you again. So we could take a look at the chart right now and see what we have posted up. We called it NZD trade Friday. We called a Euro GBP trade Friday. As you can see, both of them hit TP. And we also called a trade on the Russell. All of those hit TP on Friday. Well, not on Friday, but just the trades that we did call Friday did hit TP. So what does that mean for us? I think this may be the last week of this month. So if I am correct, we have one more day today and then tomorrow. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If that happens, I think that I will double check, but I think that we will be looking at. I can slide this over. See if we can slide this over. Yeah, yeah. Um, we could put a trophy here. We could put a trophy here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm talking about winning, 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 winning. I'm trying to go back to the first and see what we have. 12th. Going back to the first, to the ninth. Okay, on the 8th, we lost one. So we lost one trade on the 8th. All right. All right. So far, we've only lost one trade this month. Let's see if we can keep that up. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. All right. Our trading record isn't as good as Sandra's, who's on the line. I just want to give her flowers. Took 82 trades and lost one. Man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So I just want to take this moment. Hey, they can call it what they want to. I'm gonna give you 100% on that one. I'm gonna give you 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and party with you, celebrate, and then on top of that, show you some love. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. And Sandra is using our system, y'all. Man, it's powerful. When I say God is good, God is good. 'Cause that's who gets the glory. All right. So, with that being said, let's jump in. Let's jump in. Let's take a look at what we have today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, and I must admit that like the most powerful part to me about this is that, anybody can do this. Not only did Sandra do this, but she did it from my iPhone. So that just lets you know that any phone, anybody can use this system and it works. So hats off. Can't forget that. See, you thought I was gonna hate. I didn't. Congratulate. All right.
Hey, take a look. Hey, take a look. Hey, take a look. Hey, take a look. Take a
And
look.
Q is
Hey,
snapping.
take a look. Take a look.
And
Hey,
Q is
take a
snapping.
look.
Why you laughing, Sandra? Why you laughing? I'm trying to be real over here. You on that foolishness again. You ready? Ready to get started. But I can't mess with you this morning. It's your show. Anybody with those kind of results, it's your show. I won't say nothing else about iPhones for the next 5 minutes. Good. All right. Man, we got some hey take a looks going on around here. We need to look at something. Something is jumping off. All right. So Euro JPY, Euro JPY, we're going to do this. I'm going to get ready to drop a Russell trade in too, just to let you know, Sandra. Let's take a look at it. All right. So Euro JPY, my stop entry is going to be 14.713, 174.713. TP is going to be 174.817. That's 174.817. Okay. If, 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 if you got the system in your blood, I'm gonna show you some love. If, if you got the system on your chart, you gonna wanna fart, cause you got some pips. No, the wife is saying I don't get bars for that one, but that's cool. I was jamming, but I saw her little feet over there tapping. She was jamming. Uh-huh. That's cool. That's cool. Take a look at this if you have the system, and you could basically look at this from like just on an hour. You probably can get you a red box. That's all I'm gonna say. Hour, grab you a red box possibility. All right, that's it. Just to throw the little extras out there. And some people are like, that's only it's only 3 extra pips. Well, you don't want to take them. You don't have to. Just look at it. Just look at it. How do we get here? Why are we not where we're supposed to be on YouTube? Where's YouTube at? Oh, this is YouTube. Why is it my screen not split? What happened? All right. This is really a lot of space from here. It's 8 whole pips. What y'all looking for? Y'all want a USD trade? Want some USD stuff? I'm not like that. Give you some USD stuff. I like you, Chef. Chef is chefing. Chef is not quite ready yet, but I think it's setting up. Again, we're looking at opening bell coming around the corner, so market could be just kind of chilling out. All right, we can just go right into Chef. Let me see. Let me see what the system is saying before I just jump in. I mean, we just hit a TP4 on Chef with the system. I'm looking at the 15-minute, 5-minute. It did take out a TP4 as well. Oh, I don't have everything on Chef. I don't have everything on. Don't have my time frames on. Let's get that on. Okay, Sandra, you can take a look at Chef and look at what I was telling you last night with the Chef, with the time frames, and then with the pullbacks. But it's kind of tough because we do have a consolidation period. Let me see what time frame am I looking at. Yeah, right here, even in this time frame, you can see what's getting ready to happen. It just happened. It just happened. Look who showed up. Look who showed up. Okay. So I'm gonna lock Chef in. Setting up a sales stop right now, 0.7965, 79655. 0.79655. TP is going to be 0.79545. All right. Once again, that is going to be 0.79545. And if you dare to care and you want to trade this pair, I ask you to go ahead and do your hair. Okay, let me stop. Might mess around and catch a record deal on mistake, just not even trying to. Opening bell coming up on us. 7 minutes away. 7 minutes away.
Through the roof. Where is it now?
On top of the roof. I don't think my confidence changed.
You know, a lot of guys who can run and jump can probably shoot, but if they don't have the killer instinct or the confidence in themselves to form those skills,
I'll never lose a fight. It's impossible. Tell him. It's impossible.
Never lost a fight in your life.
I'm too fast.
Champion from
I'm the
the
king.
King
I'm the
of
champ.
That in order to become successful, you've got to make it your personal business to do it.
People look at champions and try and find something that that champion has that they don't have, but it's not that at all. They lack something everyone else has, which is an off button. They just don't stop.
I do not get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to lose. I expect to win. I expect it to be a great day.
People talk about what you sacrifice to be great at things. Waking up at 5 a.m., going through the day, weigh myself, weigh my food, do my check-ins in the mirror, like go to the gym, work out. What's wrong with everything? It's like, am I good enough? Am I being enough?
What does winning look like in your life? Get crystal clear on that, and then figure out what are the measurable analytics that will increase the chance that I will win in that domain, and then just focus on those things.
In basketball, it was different because I expected to win. It's a direct competition. Like, I know how hard they're working. I know how hard we're working. I know what their strategy is. I know what ours is. Like, yeah, we expected to do that, but now we're going to come back and we're going to do it again. I don't care how you get there. I don't care what you do to get there. The goal is to win. Period.
If we're optimizing for outcomes, then the most broken person will win. The person who has the absolute biggest desire for achievement, the absolute biggest fear or pain that they're running away from, like, that person will win, period.
You have to be prepared to sacrifice all of those things or not have them in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you want to win? Because that's the price, right there.
And that's what it comes down to, like, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Attention. But winning will cost you something. It's about heart. The most important thing is this: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
It's not over until I win.
I went 5 straight years without missing a single day of workout, 365 days a year. Every single day I was in the water. There are days you're not going to want to do it. I mean, everybody has those days. But it's what you do on those days that help you move forward.
Winning is in all of us. Everybody wants the end result, but what you have to endure to win, no one wants to talk about.
If you know that you were destined for something, then you can withstand the setbacks, the difficulties, the
All right, we are coming up like really close to an entry over here on You Chef. Let's just keep an eye on it. Let's go.
criticism and all the other things.
You know, everybody can compete when they're feeling good, happy, excited, but it's the best people who can overcome when they're tired, sore. Mental power that the greatest athletes have can push all the pain aside.
Attention.
Stephen Curry back
Attention.
in 2007. It was after his freshman year at Davidson, which is before he blew up. No one knew who Stephen Curry was after his freshman year. But I remember there was a few things really remarkable about him. But the most impressive thing was at the end of the first workout, he came over to me and Steph said, "Will you rebound for me? Because I don't leave the gym until I swish 5 free throws in a row." I mean, he was conditioning himself to be in that state. He was conditioning himself to do that, to not accept anything less. And you know, one of the reasons I think he'll go down in history as the best shooter we've ever seen is his ability just to move on to the next shot.
But at the root of it is you want to be the best. You love competing and you want to dominate.
The greatest athletes in the world don't make excuses.
I wanted to do something that nobody had ever done before. And that started with a dream and a goal. I wanted to be the greatest of all time.
And I think I always felt like I wanted to be good at everything I did and be great at what I did. And I never expected to be as good as I was.
Take a look.
No matter what you do in life,
take a look.
where you're at.
Hey, take a look.
This is what winning takes, and it's in all of us. We all have fear, but if you harness it, it takes you to places that you couldn't even imagine.
There's mistakes, there's regrets, there's sadness, there's joy, there's frustration, there's sorrow, there's heartbreak, there's elation. It's all part of it. It's all part of life.
You know, I said to myself, I'm going to do this and no one's going to stop me. I think that's the biggest thing.
In order to win, you have to be seen. Winning is everything.
Hey, take a
It's
look.
everything.
Take a look. Hey.
Everybody's great when they're not tired. This is when they tired, that's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out.
It's where I think the real truth comes
Attention.
out. I think there are a lot of people who are very talented
Attention.
who make it there.
Attention.
There are very
Attention.
few people who can deal with the pressure and the stress that happens when we're there.
I feel I'm the best ever. It's not bragging and boasting. The proof is in the pudding.
In my mind, I'm always the best.
I am the greatest fighter of all time. And when I hit you with a hard right hand, you will fall.
You gotta win tomorrow. You gotta win right now. If you're passionate about what you're doing, keep going, keep believing, reach for the stars.
Everything is always impossible until someone does it. Maybe it has never been done before. That's perfectly fine with me. But I'm gonna do it.
Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Hungry dogs run fast.
And let the big dogs eat.
If you look at the greats in any walk of life, the greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation.
It means you have to be more disciplined than not disciplined. I wanted to be the best I could be, period.
I was waiting for you to smile at some of the compliments. You didn't.
Smiling doesn't win you gold medals.
I'm too fast, I'm too skillful, and I'm gonna show everybody out there watching the show and the whole world, and the world will bow and admit that I am the greatest of all times when you see what I do to George Foreman.
I believe that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices, and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Maybe someone's don't like me because maybe I'm too good.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
Tired don't mean nothing. Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired. I don't get tired.
I'm going to beat you. I'm going to let you know I beat you. I'm going to want you to reconsider your professional life choice.
My father who raised me, his thing was, son, you may not be the best, but leave everything on the floor. You put 120%. I'm just asking you to do 120. Like every day when you come in, 120.
You gotta want it so bad. You gotta give all of yourself to get it. You gotta be obsessive.
Because I didn't grow up with things being handed to me. I had to work hard, I had to dedicate myself, and I had to be determined, and I was.
The bottom line is that if you're talking about beating everybody else on the planet to a thing, what you're actually talking about is what are you prepared to sacrifice psychologically, physically, existentially, relationally, socially, in terms of your self-esteem, your confidence, everything, right? All of that.
That pain you feel, that's the pain of success. You must be willing to shoulder that pain to get to success. And success is something that's a very lonely path in this world. Because few are willing to make that down payment of pain for that futurement of success, a better life. Very few are.
So if you want to be the top, you got to move different.
There wasn't a lot of smiley faces with me out there. There wasn't.
You gotta push yourself when nobody else won't do it. It's real talk. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and jump over into the word of the day. Eh? Huh? How about that? Good old scripture. When all else fails, you can call and depend on the void. Right? So the word of the day is I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. John 10:14. I like this verse. I like this verse. It's a good one. It kind of tells us what we need to be working on. Let me break it down for you. Just imagine you have a dog, and some of you probably do, and a dog that you love, and you know everything about this dog. You know his favorite toy, you know his favorite snack, you know what he likes to eat, you know what he sounds like when it barks compared to other dogs, and you know his name. And your dog knows you just as well. When you come home, your dog is waiting for you before you get there. If you're coming home from work or from school, your dog knows what time you are supposed to arrive. When you call his name, and sometimes even before, the dog just comes running. When it hears you coming up the steps or pulling up in the driveway, it's wagging its tail because it knows the sound of your voice and it trusts you completely. It wouldn't run to a stranger with its tail wagging, maybe barking or growling. And even if a stranger knew its name, the dog wouldn't come running the same way. But with you, it's totally different. In this verse, Jesus is calling himself a good shepherd and calling us his sheep. A good shepherd is, in ancient times, like a long time ago, this was like, they had a very personal relationship with their flock. He didn't just herd them and try to keep them safe. He knew each of them individually. Jesus is telling us that he knows us. He knows our hopes, our fears, and what makes us happy or sad. And just like a loving, pet, we can learn to know his voice. When we read the Bible and we pray, we learn to recognize his guidance and comfort. It's a special, it's a real close relationship when he knows us. And we can learn to know and trust him. Something you got to put the time in, something you got to want. But when he calls my name, I want to know his voice. so I can come running. Let us pray. Jesus, thank you for being my good shepherd. Thank you for knowing me better than anyone else. Thank you for knowing me better than me. Thank you, most of all, for loving me, helping me, and learning the sound of your voice more and more and more each day. It helps me to listen to your guidance and to allow you to become my good shepherd. Because I know you will always lead me to good places. Amen. All right. Let's go. Let's get it.
There wasn't a lot of smiley faces with Michael Jordan. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Kobe Bryant. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Tiger Woods. Even when I watch sports today and see these guys on the range, like they're all buddies, and I'm like, that's not the killer instinct. That's just not. I don't think Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson were trying to be friends with anybody. I think they were going out there on a mission. And if there was someone in their way, they had to crush them.
There's never any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world. Even though a lot of you don't like to hear it, it's fact, I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. I'm the best.
Har du lyst til å studere når du vil?
You can love me. You can hate me. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win.
At the end of the day, even Alexander, one of his famous quotes is, I have met the enemy, it is I, right? And although that is one element of an enemy, that's great. We need that. Michael had it, Brady had it, Kobe had it, but there's a crazy psychologically, you can call it, psycho competitor that they're constantly in the search of recruiting their next enemy. It's like, life is boring if I don't have my next target. I'm almost, bad for myself if I don't have the next target, the next enemy. And if I choose it the right way, then I'm able to bring out a side of me I've never seen before.
Success is the only revenge. As you expand, they shrink into irrelevance. As you get louder, no one can hear them. You don't beat them, you cast a shadow so big, no one can see them to begin with.
And that's what it comes down to, what are you willing to sacrifice at the end of the day? People don't understand the level of sacrifice it's gonna take. And there's been moments where I realize that I compete because I wanna win. I love winning. I love being the best in the world. I've sat many times trying to find the balance of what I want within all this. If I was losing, I wouldn't be competing. I'm here to win.
It is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, way down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach. No matter.
I like pancakes. I like pancakes. I'm sorry. Just had to stop it. Man, I gotta stop eating pancakes. I gotta be working out. And let y'all eat the pancakes. All right.
No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because success and achievement come from overcoming adversity.
When the rest of the world says no to you, you say yes to yourself. You say yes, I believe. You say yes, I can do it. You say yes, nothing can stop me.
If you want to be a great player, if you play every single day, 2-3 hours, every single day, over the course of a year, how much better are you getting?
People are champions when they really see themselves with no limits, when they really see themselves great, because when you see yourself there, you are much more willing to do the work. You are much more willing to break barriers that others don't break because they don't really see themselves breaking those barriers. And this young guy, Djokovic, is 19 years old and he plays Roger for the first time in a Grand Slam. He's nobody. When Novak Djokovic started, Rafa and Roger were winning everything. It's impossible to win a Grand Slam with those two guys. You can't beat them. They're just way better than everyone. And he's interviewed before the match and he says, I'm going to beat this guy. And I remember the press went really bad against him. Who does he think he is? But he was seeing him there. He was seeing himself there. He was seeing himself better than them, which maybe people saw that as being cocky, but he was just very confident about his abilities. And he ended up being the best of the three. He beat all the records. He beat them on every level because his self-belief was extremely high. His self-esteem, the way he was seeing himself. That's how I know if someone is a champion. And then a lot of people fake it, which is better than not faking it, but it's not as good as really believing it deeply inside. You talk to the young players, they will say, I want to be number one. I mean, they wish, yeah. The ones who really want to, you know, because they're not only saying it, but they're putting on the work. And this is a big difference because when you really believe you can get there, it's much easier. It's never easy to work hard, but in a way, you are willing to do everything to get there. When you wish it, you do things halfway or you don't do it fully. So that's a big difference.
But when you look at the road to winning, people look at you and they're like, you're a success. But your road has so many more steps. Those steps are infinite. Sometimes you get to see them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're there, other times they're wobbly. You don't know if that next step is going to be there, but you have enough belief in yourself to say, I know it's there. I'm going to take that step. I may miss the step, I may fall, I may get scraped. That step may go into quicksand, but I know there's another step. I know it. I believe inside me that there's another step that I have to take, that somebody else isn't making me take. Those steps are infinite. Winning is infinite. Those steps are infinite.
Of course, if your self-esteem is big, like huge champions, I mean, legends like Serena or Venus, and I had this discussion with Richard Williams, their father, and he told me my main focus was to create two young ladies that were believing in themselves in general. And he said to me this, and I believe it, whatever they would have done, they would have been successful. We chose tennis, but if they would have wanted to be runners or singers or whatever, they would have succeeded because they had this incredible self-esteem that they have. And you'll see that whatever they're going to do after tennis, they're going to be successful.
I think from the get-go, I believed I could do it. You know, it just seemed so real to me. I'd already gotten sponsors. I was already winning competitions, and I saw the pros, you know, making a great living at what they were doing. And I just figured, like, God, if I could just get to that point, you know, I think I could make a bit of a living out of this.
Why would you do crazy efforts, working crazy hard to achieve something you don't really believe in? Why would you put yourself at risk to fail if you don't deeply believe that at the end you're going to make it? Not saying that people never fail. Of course they fail, and Serena failed many times in tennis too. But we remember what she achieved, which is much bigger.
The great Serena Williams.
I mean, I just never think I'm gonna lose. I just don't want people to think I'm too cocky or anything, and you're only as good as your last win, so. I hate losing. I mean, that's no secret, so. But you gotta lose. I feel like every time I lose, I get better, and I think it's important for me to have losses. Just the fewer, the better for me.
I think a lot of people just, they see you run and they say, oh, it looks so easy, you really look effortless. But before it gets to that point, it's hard. It's like hard work. It's day in, day out, sacrifice, day in, day out.
The confidence comes from preparation. You know, so when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before. When I'm prepared, I know what I'm capable of doing, I know what I'm comfortable doing, and I know what I'm not comfortable doing. You know, and so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, it's because I've done it thousands of times before, so it's one more time.
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid. You know, if you put your mind to doing whatever you want to do, you know, good things can happen. That shot gave me the idea that I could be better than what people think, and I can, you know, surpass any expectations that I may have for myself.
The start is just every day do something you didn't do the day before.
If you just pay attention to the details, you pay attention to the details, those distinctions are easy to see. Everybody talks about working hard, showing up early, showing up late, doing all. Everybody can do that. Everybody can do that. It's the mannerisms of the way they carry themselves. It's the way they compete. It's the way they listen. It's the way they absorb information, how coachable they are. The one thing all my athletes in business, in sports, the best of the best are so coachable. They listen. They listen, they absorb the information, they pay attention, they're there.
Of course you want to win, but winning is not a goal. Winning is a result. The goal is, what do I focus on? I focus only on things that I can control. Winning, you cannot control everything, but there are a lot of things you can control. A lot of things happen. A lot of emotions come in. A lot of thoughts come in. You have to take them away, and the only way to take them away is to talk to yourself in a way that makes you better. But you also have to make efforts every day, and you do, to have those small victories and build yourself as a person that is able to achieve his dreams.
By no means have I never made a mistake. I made lots of mistakes, both in and out of the pool, and you know, I've been able to learn from every one of those mistakes, and I've been able to, you know, help people not make the same mistakes that I've made.
So keep going. You're doing the right thing.
And I've always believed like I'm the Michael Jordan of this industry. When I'm on the air, I'm the one that will make you want to hear from me. I don't care who I'm on the air with. I don't care who it is. It does not matter to me. By the time I finish speaking, I am the one that you're going to want to listen to. That's my attitude. If this requires 100% and you give me 99, I might want to fire you. Because I'm about getting the job done.
Sure.
It's about the results. And I think that, you know, unfortunately, when we look at our generation today, not enough people preach about that. Because I think that we live in a society where people have become masters at pointing the finger at other people as to reasons why things don't get done. I think there's too much explanation that goes on. But the bottom line is you ain't getting it done. And if you're not getting it done, I need somebody that can get it done. I am of the belief that if you truly adopt that belief in your soul, then you walk to work every day not looking for excuses. You're looking for a way for the job to get done. And in most instances, you are going to be successful than not. You want to go with status quo, you're perfectly, you know, fine with flowing along, just
Safe,
to get along,
secure.
safe, secure, whatever. But when you're trying to win, you're constantly looking to get better. My philosophy is very, very simple when it comes to my family, particularly, you know, me being a dad. If they're hungry, it's because I'm starving. I don't eat until they eat. I'm not comfortable until they're comfortable. I don't have unless they have. That's the mentality, and that's the mentality that I strictly get from my mother. And so for me, you know, having that kind of mentality, but what comes with that? What comes with that is a certain work ethic that you have to put forth, and it's a willingness to sacrifice. Am I the most disciplined person in the world? No. Am I the most meticulous person in the world, like some people would believe? No, I'm meticulous enough, and I'm disciplined enough, but I think the key thing is that the bottom line is everything to me. And whatever the bottom line requires is what I'm going to do. If the bottom line requires an excessive level of discipline, I'm going to do it. But to me, it's whatever the moment or the situation demands. And I'm a bottom lines oriented kind of person. You don't assume that opportunities are waiting for you. You know obstacles are standing in every door. Right. And so that challenge that you have to embrace and you have to deal with That's hard to deal with when you have achieved. You don't work hard to play hard. You work hard to have the ability to play when you want to. But there's a difference. You handle your responsibilities first. And when you work hard and you have that sense of pride, it goes right out the window if you utilize your efforts in the wrong fashion. But when you do what's right, and it's based off of that effort that you put in, then you feel good about it because you took care of your responsibilities. Then you can go play. And I was not always confident. There's no doubt about that. I've always had my insecurities. What I firmly believed in was, as it pertained to me, was that I always worked hard. I was never lazy. I was always somebody that believed in hard work. Betting on yourself is believing in you. Knowing who you are, what you're worth, having an idea about it anyway, and willing to work towards that, to validate that reality. That's betting on yourself. It's your job. And if you can't do it, you scratch, claw, and even die trying. We make excuses every day, all of us as human beings. On far more occasions than not, I have to speak on the issue of accountability as it pertains to the entire sports world. And when it comes to the issue of accountability, I get all of that from Mom. It happened with ESPN when my contract wasn't renewed back in 2008. I was sitting up there, I felt betrayed. I felt ticked off. My mother let me lick my wounds for a couple of days. And then she said, what could you have done better? You sure you didn't do anything? And I thought about all this stuff. I'm like, what is she talking about? This is just not true. This is not right. I work hard, I do this, I do that. And then I started thinking about it. Yeah, I was a pain in the ass. I did kind of complain a little bit too much. But the biggest thing that I remember doing is that I always came to the bosses with problems. I never came to them with solutions. It was always about the problem, never the solution. And I learned when I sat back and reflected on the mistakes that I had made in my career at the time, I learned that no boss wants to talk to anybody that doesn't have solutions. Instead of working around the clock trying to figure out what somebody else wants from you, good or bad, there are moments that crystallizes it for you in your mind. Pay attention and you'll see what they are. And you'll know what to do accordingly. That is what I believe makes me the best. It's my commitment to excellence for the collective whole.
When I ruptured my Achilles, I knew the severity of the injury and I didn't know if I was gonna come back from it. Like, this is it. Like, my career could be over right now. You know, I went home and I was just really angry. I worked so hard for us to get to the playoffs and to have a chance to win another championship, and then this happened. So I had a lot of anger. Then from the anger, then I was sad. And then you say, what am I gonna do now?
I mean, it's an obsessiveness that comes along with it. You want things to be as perfect as they can be. Understanding that nothing is ever perfect. But the challenge is trying to get them as perfect as they can be. And what can you do? It's in your control. So control what you can.
You're not as good as Magic Johnson. You're not as good as Larry Bird. You're good, but you're not as good as those guys. You know, I had to listen to all this. And that put so much wood on that fire that it kept me each and every day. I'm trying to become the best that I can.
It became personal with me.
Tough life, that's what life is. Life is gonna always be tough. But just remember, it's up to you to carry on. Remember, you owe you something. Continue to believe that. We all have desires and dreams. Make your dream a reality.
You look for any kind of messages that people may say or do to get you motivated to play the highest level.
You have the power to lose the lead and still come back and win.
Get back up. If you don't get up when the count is at 9, You don't want it enough.
I've had many rejections. I had many doors slammed in my face, but I didn't give up. I didn't quit, and neither should you.
I know you're bleeding, but get up. I know it hurt, but get up. I need you in this moment to get up and try again.
Every word I say, the sound of a comeback.
You have this innate ability, this instinct on the inside, that you can come back from anything. Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times.
This comeback is personal because I owe it to myself.
It's like Muhammad Ali once said, he goes, it's hard to beat a guy when he's got his mind made up to win.
And can't nobody stop me but me. That's how bad you gotta want it.
It drives me crazy when people say they don't have enough time to go to the gym for 45 minutes a day and work out. Or to do something for 45 minutes to an hour a day to improve. If it is physically improve or if it is mentally to improve.
I just made a $27 ebook in 2 minutes using AI. Watch how I did it. So
Imagine you read 1 hour a day about history. How much you will learn after 365 hours in 1 year. Think about if you study about the history of musicians, of composers, how much you would know. Imagine if you would work on the business, on some business that you want to develop every day for an hour. Imagine how further along you will go and get. So it drives me nuts because we have, when people say we don't have the time, we have 24 hours a day. We sleep 6 hours a day, so that gives you still 18 hours. And there's someone shaking their head out here in front. They say probably, I don't sleep 6 hours, I sleep 8 hours, right? But just sleep faster. So we have 18 hours a day. The average person works around 8 to 10 hours. So let's assume it's 10 hours, so we have 8 hours left. Then you
Ooh, it's getting good. Kind of forgot what time it was. All right, y'all. We are after the hour, so we're just sitting here holding on
Hey,
to see what's
take a
going on.
look. Hey,
Right?
take a look.
So I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all gotta do, get your day going. Thank y'all for being with us and joining us. God bless
Take a
you
look.
and take care.